Most people think Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are like Ford, Chevy, and Toyota, just different brands of the same car. That is completely wrong. And that single misunderstanding is where most people get lost in the world of crypto. Today, you will gain the clarity that puts you ahead of 99% of people. Let's decode the three titans of the new economy. Welcome back to Clever Money Hacks, the place where you master the concepts that will define the future of money. In this special deep dive, we are decoding the three titans of the crypto world: Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. We're going to strip away the hype and the jargon and give you a powerful, easy-to-understand framework for what each one is, its unique superpower, its critical weaknesses, and the red-hot topics surrounding each one right now. By the end of this video, you will not just know about these assets, you will understand them. Are you ready to level up your knowledge? Let's begin. All right, before we dive into the world of crypto, our most important reminder yet: the information provided in this video is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial advice. Cryptocurrencies are highly volatile and carry significant risk. You can lose all of your money. Always conduct your own thorough research and consult with a qualified financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Let's begin with the undisputed king, the one that started it all: Bitcoin. To truly understand Bitcoin, you need to think of it not as a fast payment system for buying coffee, but as the world's first and most secure digital gold. Bitcoin's primary mission, its stroke of genius, was to create a form of money that no single person, company, or government could control, censor, or inflate into oblivion. Its superpower is unbreakable trust, built on mathematics and a global network of computers. Think about what makes gold valuable. It's scarce, it's durable, and it's been universally accepted as a store of value for thousands of years. Bitcoin was designed to be the digital version of this. It is provably scarce. A hard cap of only 21 million Bitcoin will ever exist. No one can ever create more. This is written into its core code, a promise of scarcity that no government-printed currency can match. It's incredibly durable and secure. Its network, a global chain of interconnected computers, has been running 24/7 for over a decade and has never been successfully hacked or compromised. This security is maintained by a process called proof of work, where miners all over the world compete to solve complex mathematical puzzles. This process not only validates transactions, but also makes the cost of attacking the network prohibitively expensive, ensuring its integrity. And most importantly, it's radically decentralized. What does that mean for you? It means there's no CEO of Bitcoin, no headquarters, no central server to shut down or be pressured by a government. Its power is distributed across thousands of computers worldwide. This makes it the most censorship-resistant asset in history. It's a long-term savings technology designed to preserve wealth across generations, operating completely outside the traditional financial system. So what are the pros of Bitcoin? The first is its unmatched security and decentralization. It is the most secure computing network on the planet, making it an incredibly safe place to store large amounts of value for the long term. The second is its absolute scarcity. That hard cap of 21 million is fundamental. As demand increases for an asset with a fixed supply, its value has the potential to grow. And the third is its massive brand recognition. Bitcoin is the face of crypto. It's the first thing people think of, giving it a powerful network effect and a level of legitimacy that no other coin has yet achieved. But what about the cons? We have to be honest here. First, it's notoriously slow and expensive for small, everyday transactions. The network can only process about 7 transactions per second globally. This is a feature, not a bug. This slow pace is part of what makes it so secure. But it means it is not meant for buying coffee. Second, its energy consumption, while often misunderstood, remains a major point of debate. The proof-of-work system requires significant computational power. While the industry is rapidly shifting towards renewable energy and is arguably more transparent than the traditional banking system, it's still a hurdle for public perception. And third, its programmability is limited. It was built to be a pure, simple, and robust currency, not a platform for complex applications like a world computer. So what's the hottest topic for Bitcoin right now? In 2 words, Wall Street. The approval of spot Bitcoin ETFs in the United States was a monumental event. An ETF, or exchange-traded fund, is an investment product that trades on a traditional stock exchange. Before the ETFs, buying Bitcoin was complex for large institutions. Now, with a spot ETF, any major financial institution, hedge fund, or even a regular person through their retirement account can get exposure to Bitcoin as easily as buying a stock like Apple or Google. This has created a regulated, insured, and easy-to-use bridge for potentially trillions of dollars of institutional capital to flow into the asset, legitimizing it as a true alternative asset class in the eyes of global finance. Next up, the queen of crypto and the undisputed leader of the smart contract world, Ethereum. If Bitcoin is digital gold, then the best way to understand Ethereum is as a decentralized world computer. The founder of Ethereum, Vitalik Buterin, looked at Bitcoin and asked a revolutionary question. What if we could use this blockchain technology for more than just money? What if we could build entire applications on a global computer that no one could ever shut down? This led to the invention of smart contracts. A smart contract is just like a real-world contract, but it's written in code and executes automatically when certain conditions are met, without needing a lawyer or a middleman. Think of it like a vending machine. You put in money, the condition, and the machine automatically gives you a snack, the outcome. Smart contracts do this for digital value, from finance to art. This single innovation was the Cambrian explosion for Web3. NFTs, those unique digital collectibles that represent ownership of art or items. They are a type of smart contract that runs on Ethereum. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, which allows you to borrow, lend, and trade assets without a bank through applications like Uniswap or Aave. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry built primarily on Ethereum. In short, Ethereum is an open-source platform for building the next generation of the internet. Its superpower is programmability. So what are the pros? First and foremost, its massive and dominant ecosystem. It has by far the most developers building on it, the most applications running, and the most value locked in its system. This creates an incredible network effect, often called Ethereum's moat. Second, it's highly secure and decentralized, considered second only to Bitcoin in this regard. And third, it has a clear and ambitious roadmap for continuous improvement. Unlike Bitcoin, which changes very slowly, Ethereum is constantly evolving to become faster and cheaper, driven by a massive global community. But what about the cons? For years, the #1 complaint has been unpredictable and often extremely high transaction fees, known as gas fees. During times of high demand, using the network could cost hundreds of dollars, pricing out normal users. This has been a huge barrier to mainstream adoption and has led to the rise of its competitors. It's also historically been slower than newer blockchains. So what's the hot topic for Ethereum right now? It's all about the great scaling effort. Ethereum is in the middle of a massive series of upgrades designed to solve its fee and speed problems. The most impactful recent development has been the rise of Layer 2 networks. Think of these as express toll lanes built on top of the main Ethereum highway. They bundle thousands of transactions together cheaply and quickly off the main chain, and then post a compressed summary back to the ultra-secure Ethereum mainnet. Recent upgrades, specifically one known as the Denkin upgrade, introduced a new feature called blobs that drastically reduces the cost for these Layer 2s to post their data. This has made using popular Layer 2 networks like Arbitrum, Optimism, and Base up to 100 times cheaper, finally making it possible to use the Ethereum ecosystem for everyday applications without breaking the bank. The future of Ethereum's growth is inextricably linked to the success of these scaling solutions. All right, we have just decoded the 2 biggest and most important players in the entire crypto space. This is deep knowledge that most people lack. If you are feeling your understanding expand right now, take 1 second and hit that like button. It's a powerful signal that this information is valuable. And I'm curious, based on what you've learned so far, do you see yourself more as a digital gold person or a world computer person? Let me know your initial thoughts in the comments below. Now let's talk about the new generation challenger, the one built for pure, unadulterated speed, Solana. If Bitcoin is digital gold and Ethereum is the world computer, then Solana is best understood as a hyperspeed financial network. Solana looked at the speed and cost limitations of Bitcoin and Ethereum, and was designed from the ground up to solve one thing: scale. It aims to be the base layer for applications that require massive throughput, like global payment systems or high-frequency trading. Essentially what Visa or Nasdaq do in the traditional world. Its superpower is raw transaction speed. While Bitcoin handles about 7 transactions per second, and Ethereum about 15, Solana can theoretically handle tens of thousands. This incredible speed, combined with transaction costs that are fractions of a penny, has made it a magnet for developers building applications that need to be fast and cheap for millions of users. This includes sectors like DePIN, or decentralized physical infrastructure networks, where real-world devices connect to the blockchain, as well as areas like decentralized social media and blockchain-based gaming. So, what are the pros? The first is its world-class speed and incredibly low cost. It's one of the few blockchains that feels like using the traditional internet in terms of speed. Second, it has a rapidly growing and passionate ecosystem. It has attracted a huge amount of developer talent and venture capital funding, leading to an explosion of new and innovative projects that are pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But what about the cons? The biggest criticism of Solana has always been the trade-off it made for speed, centralization and stability. It is generally considered less decentralized than Bitcoin or Ethereum, which makes it theoretically more vulnerable to censorship or control. And most notably, it has suffered several high-profile network outages in the past, where the entire blockchain has halted for hours. This has damaged its reputation for reliability, though the network has become much more stable recently. So what's the hottest topic for Solana right now? Reliability and the rise of Firedancer. To combat the centralization and stability concerns, the Solana ecosystem is developing a second, completely independent validator client called Firedancer. Think of it like this. If you have an airplane that can only use one type of engine from one company, any problem with that engine grounds the entire fleet. By building a second, totally different type of engine, Firedancer ensures that even if one has a problem, the network can keep flying. This is a huge deal. Having multiple independent clients running the network makes it far more resilient and robust, drastically reducing the risk of a single point of failure. The successful launch and adoption of Firedancer is seen as the final step in Solana's journey to becoming a truly enterprise-grade, unstoppable network. So let's put it all together. How do these three titans stack up side by side? For security and decentralization, Bitcoin is the undisputed heavyweight champion. It is the most secure and decentralized network ever created. Ethereum is a strong second, with a massive and distributed network of its own. Solana is a clear third, having intentionally made some decentralization trade-offs to achieve its incredible speed. For transaction speed and cost, the roles are completely reversed. Solana is the Formula One car, offering lightning-fast transactions for fractions of a penny. Ethereum, with its growing ecosystem of Layer 2 solutions, is now getting much faster and cheaper for the end user. And Bitcoin remains the slow, steady, and expensive freight train, prioritizing security above all else. And for primary use case, they are completely different beasts. Bitcoin is digital gold, a final secure settlement layer for long-term value. Ethereum is the world computer, a decentralized platform for building a new generation of financial services and applications. And Solana is the Hyperspeed Network, a high-performance layer for applications that need massive scale and low costs. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Solana, which one is best? That's the wrong question. The right question is, what is the job to be done? You don't use a freight train to buy coffee, and you don't use a Formula One car to transport gold bars. They are different tools for different jobs, and they can all coexist and succeed in building the financial internet of the future. Understanding these core differences is a fundamental, clever hack that elevates your knowledge and prepares you to navigate this space with confidence. Building a brand with this level of authority is key, a topic we explored in our last video on building a faceless brand on YouTube. It's a great guide to turning deep knowledge like this into a real online presence, and I'll link it for you. If this deep dive has given you that aha, a moment of clarity, show your support by hitting that like button. And if you want to continue mastering the concepts that will shape our financial future, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Finally, I want to hear from you. Comment below and tell me, which of these three titans are you most interested in learning more about now? Thanks so much for joining us today on Clever Money Hacks. Our mission is to provide you with high quality and valuable information to help you take control of your financial future, one smart decision at a time. Make sure you're subscribed and have those notifications on, because we're always working on new content to bring you more clever money hacks and actionable financial tips and tricks right here on Clever Money Hacks. Until then, stay curious and keep making those clever money moves. Bye for now.